All right, some of you may know who Mr. GG is. Some of you may know who Chris Hansen is, and who Vincent Nicotra is, and who all these guys are. And maybe you know who Amanda the Jedi is. If not, you should subscribe. She's pretty cool. But the video today is talking about many things, like how Onision now has admitted what we knew the whole time. Like I showed you with the marriage certificate being from a state that he never got married in when he was holding it up, just to be a prop. Basically staying in a hotel and being kicked out by his girlfriend. That's right. Today, on Onision's channel, he admitted to all of it being fake and for views. And this video is going to talk about that later. Just give you a general update on the entire Onision thing and into the issues that have been coming up around Chris Hansen investigation. The meme or the thought process is now that Chris Hansen's sidekick, Vincent Nicotra, derailed the Onision investigation that's being done by Chris Hansen. And even more so, there are people that say that good old Chris Hansen isn't the good guy after all, and that he is really the bad guy. Now this is Vincent, nope, that's Mr. GG. This is Vincent Nicotra, and basically he runs Chris Hansen's internet presence. You know, we all know that Hansen's a little bit of a boom zoom. He's a little bit of a boom boom zoom zoom when it comes to technology, right? I mean, he is older. And, you know, when he was born and when he grew up, obviously, there wasn't an internet, and then everything happened, and now we've got what we've got now. That's a great explanation of how the internet works. Anyway, back to what I'm saying, though. Here's the problems with Vincent Nicotra and the issues that have been put out by many YouTubers asking the question of whether or not he's screwed it all up. So, Mr. GG did a video a few months ago, but he does another one just a couple days ago, the glaring issue with Chris Hansen's new investigation. Now, Mr. GG's pretty cool. I just think he gives a lot of people that are trolling a lot of weight when he does sum-ups. Like in the beginning of the video, where he talks about how people had an issue with this or people had an issue with that. Honestly, who really knows? You know, Chris Hansen and Onision, it's really big, and there's a lot of people. You're basically going to have the gambit of opinion out there once something gets so big. So do people really have an issue? Are they just trolling? Does it matter? You know, that's it's a great video, though. I'm not going to complain. I just wanted to give a really quick criticism, because why does it matter if Vincent Nicotra is a douchebag? Is it worth exposing him? Yes. Does it, though, destroy Hansen's thing or investigation? Personally, I don't think so. But I'm going to explain why right now. So Nicotra makes a website where he tries to make money off of all the attention that they're getting. Now, this is back in the beginning. So this is like some early stuff. It's like, it seems like it was Nicotra being all like, how do I make some cash over all these views other than just the ad revenue? Because that's Chris's stuff. And it seems like Chris tossed him a bone. Like, you want to make a website, Vincent Nicotra? Do you want to put the videos up that we do, Vincent Nicotra? Do you want to do some other stuff that might help you make a couple dollars off of this? Oh, Vincent Nicotra? I just like saying his name if you haven't realized it yet. I love saying this guy's name, Vincent Nicotra. Well, it looks like Chris threw him a little bit of a bone, but Vince, being also a boom boom zoom zoom, okay, yes, Vincent is also a little bit of a boomy on this, and that's why he thought he could just take a template of a website and act like, this is a website I've been doing for a long time, for a year or something, and I'm gonna make lots of billions and stuffs. You see what I'm saying? So Vincent takes a basic template from ProStreams and, you know, formats it to his own thing, talks about how, look, this is the new streaming site, baby. Come on, do my streaming site and get crazy. I'm really dumb, by the way, if you didn't notice. Let me keep going, because I want to get up on my camera. I want to get up on my camera in a minute, so let's get through this. He does other minor critiques. Vincent Nicotra memed a little bit. It seems like he didn't really know how to meme, and he tried to meme, and he did a dumb meme about a school bus. Anyway, though, I think I've done Mr. GG's justice on the issues. But those are the trivial issues. I've done him justice on the trivial issues. What are the major issues with Nicotra? Let me show you. All right, now I'm on the screen. Ignore my crappy green screen right here, and just look at the beard. Just focus on the beard, not the crappy green screen. I don't want to fix it right now. Basically, people have been talking about this for a minute. Nicotra has gone around filing copy strikes, and I don't agree that he should go around and do this, especially it seems like they tried to take down a big part of the TCAP, or the To Catch a community. I can't say that word. Hansen himself got severely demonetized on his original channel by using that word. I'm not going to use it. And yes, Chris Hansen, you do have to worry about using certain words that have a heavy weight to them when it comes to serious things, because it will change the rating of your video. Just like talking about Onision right now seems to do that in general. Anyway, though, Nicotra struck down some videos. It seems like Nicotra with the website got a little bit of, ooh, Hansen's going to let me make some money. Maybe we can make money. You know, Nicotra seems like the type of boomy dude that go to the internet and be like, ooh, wow. Play the sound effect. Wow. We've got this entire community of TCAP videos, and Chris Hansen was in those videos. Hansen could claim them, and we could make millions of dollars. That's not how YouTube works, ding dong face. YouTube is about fair use. YouTube is about people giving a transformative thing. Now, I get it. Maybe if some of them aren't transformative, you could, but you didn't do it like that. You went around filing strikes, and he filed strikes on criticism. So, is Nicotra, I was calling him Nicotra. Maybe we should change it to Dick Cotra. Man, God, I'm dumb. Back to what I'm saying, though. Is Nicotra going to derail the investigation? No. In my opinion, no. He's just producing the show, and if it gets too bad, Hansen's going to kick him to the curb. But then, is Hansen going to kick him to the curb? There's a tweet we need to see before moving on to tell you the rest of the story about Onision and everything else today. Go. Vincent Nicotra asked me to share this with you from Chris Hansen's Twitter. Quote, I would like to sincerely apologize for letting my ego, anger, and short sight. This is honestly just what I think Vincent Nicotra sounds like when he talks. I've heard him talk. I don't know why I think he sounds like this, but this is my Vincent Nicotra voice. Sorry. I would like to sincerely apologize for letting my... How did Vincent Nicotra turn into an Englishman all of a sudden? Is he sipping some tea? Well, we about to spill the tea, Vincent. I'm just playing. I would like to sincerely apologize for letting my ego, anger, and short-sightedness interfere with my judgment recently. I take full responsibility for my actions, and I'm deeply regretful for hurting and offending you all. No, you're not, ding dong. You mad that you got busted out doing dumb internet stuff, and now nobody likes you, and no one's gonna ever like you again, okay? I'm just kidding. That was a little bit of cancel culture, drama, acting. I'm a good actor, what can I say? Call me Disney. Call me, Marvel Cinema. What am I saying? Back to the video. Vincent, Chris, damage control, all that doesn't matter in my opinion. He's just a producer. They could kick him to the curb, and even if they did, I don't know where I heard this. I don't know if it was iNabber. I don't know if it was Repzilla, Repzion or Repzilla. I get those two confused, even though they're nothing alike. It's the name, dude. I don't know who said it, but somebody said... now I don't remember what I was saying, and I'm gonna have to go back and play the recording again. Beep. Ah, damn it. Somebody said that Vincent Nicotra, beep. Even if they kicked him to the curb, it's most likely that Chris Hansen would just tell him, you're now going behind the scenes. Stop doing anything publicly if you want to stay a producer, because I'm going to make everybody think I kicked you out. Would Hansen do that? I don't know, man. I really don't know. My green screen is really bad. My green screen looks... Oh, now it looks better. That fixed it. Well, moving a lamp fixed it. Okay. Anyway, though, who cares? The real question is... Get ready. Here it comes. Is Chris Hansens investigation an investigation? Or drama? Is it about the money and the views? Or getting Onision thrown in jail? Or could it be, respectfully, about both? Now, the reason I say respectfully about both, could he, you know, get those views, get those clicks, get those likes, propel himself out to be able to do this type of YouTube commentary mixed with getting the bad guys locked up type stuff, the more extreme things due to Chris Hansen's background, while still getting the views, while still doing all that? Yeah, probably. He's gonna have to if he wants to do it, guys. There has to become a point where we're like, okay, as long as it's not some type of egregious monetization, like Vincent Nicotra tried to do. So I think Chris did the right thing. Kind of. Because a lot of people don't like that Chris apologized on his Twitter account instead of Nicotra apologizing, Chris retweeting it. But guys, they're boomies with the... Now, I use the word boomer a little differently than some. When I say boom boom, I mean somebody that just doesn't know how to use the internet, but pretends like they really know how to use the internet. But more of like the pretend part's more secondary, just not knowing how to use the internet or not knowing what it's really about, not understanding memes, but then acting like they do or thinking they do, right? Anyway, yes, I think that's why Hansen put it up, because Hansen has a big Twitter, Nicotra doesn't, and why not, right? I think either way, this is a good thing. I'm putting too much time on this. Can we please move on? Can we move on? Let's move on. Is he now, after Chris Hansen called the FBI, got them involved, filed some reports, and then the attention that Chris Hansen got caused more people to call the FBI and file reports? Is the FBI involved? All signs point to yes. I don't see Chris Hansen lying to us about that. And there are now rumors circulating that some of the victims have been contacted by the FBI now that it's after the holiday season, and they're actually trying to sit down and talk to some of them. Some people assume that this means that good old Onision's going to go to jail, but we don't know that. In all reality, Kai could be the one going to jail, and it'll be very interesting to see what happens. I do think that Onision is scared. I do think that when, did you hear about this? Because you had to have heard about this if you've clicked on this basically, video. 911 call from Chris Hansen visiting. Did Hansen dogs Onision? No, he didn't share shit, man. He's a reporter. These things happen all the time. I think Chris took the necessary precautions to make sure that none of that personal information leaked out or anything. I didn't see any evidence of that. Why I talk about this next part, I'm going to advertise Amanda the Jedi, because she's given some great opinions on this story up to now, and she wasn't afraid to stand up and call out Nicotra, the investigation, all of that, and she did it in such a good way that nobody even hated on her for it. She's a relatively new channel. Check out Amanda the Jedi while I ask you for the next point of this video. Is Cool Guy Kai, which is Onision's wife now or girlfriend? I don't know. Yeah, the wife. They got married. Is Onision's current husband, I'm sorry, wife or husband? I guess she's transgender, changed genders into a male, so she's a husband now. But you get my point. Is, I'll just say Kai from now on, the real criminal here, because Kai really was the person to contact the young girls to get them to come there, and then all of them kind of admit that they were after Kai and they didn't care about Onision, and if Onision tried to hit on them, they didn't care and it never happened and they stopped it in its tracks. Will this derail the investigation into Onision and instead put Kai in the forefront of the FBI's vision? Yes, it could. Not that it would, because maybe there's some stuff we don't know. Maybe there's some victims that haven't spoken yet. And, you know, even some of the other stuff they said might hold up. But the main question is, how much trouble is Kai in? And will Kai go to jail before Onision? And will Onision just get off the hook? Now, my feeling is it's highly probable, because there was once upon a time, and I'm going to tell this little story. I don't know if I'll animate it because I don't know how much time I'm going to put into this. I would normally animate it. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. But there was this farmer guy, right? And this was on Forensic Files, which is a great show that you can find all the reruns on YouTube now. Just search Forensic Files. Go to FilmRise YouTube channel. They've got out all of them. Now, I might edit in some of actually that into this. Ooh, that's a good idea. Great idea, right? Right? Well, you have to do it. I ain't doing it. You're going to have to do it. That's my assistant. He's a ding-dong. Ignore him. Back to it. There was a farmer back in the 80s or 90s, and what he did was he would go into town and auction for animals, like every farmer does, to get a cheap cow or a cheap pig or something, or maybe a goat, right? They do goats, don't they? Yeah, that sounded bad. Back to the story, though. The farmer had a bunch of homeless men that he would let move onto his property to help with the farming so he could get some money. He'd give them a place to live. They'd live in the barn or some crap or wherever, right? Or a shack out back. Anyway, though, all these people that he would have stay with them were very destitute, were substance abuse, other problems, and they had this problem for years. It wasn't just a initial thing. Nobody really knew where they were. They would be traveling. Long story short, his farmhands basically started to disappear. Right around the same time that the auction house was noticing that some of the animals that were sold were paid for with checks that would bounce in a almost like every single year type thing. Like every year there would be like this destitute looking farmer, like this dirty little farmer dude no one ever seen before, and he'd buy like a bunch of freaking cows or something. He'd pay with the check, and then it would bounce, but he'd get to keep the stuff. They'd never ever be able to find him because nobody'd seen this guy before. It was almost a perfect scam until they realized that that farmer was behind it, and they started to look into it. They ended up finding out this farmer was killing all it was. Can I say that on YouTube? The farmer was getting rid of all those farmhands, and then would basically have one every year, go down, get animals, pay for it with the dude's bank account that they helped him open, the destitute guy. Then the dude would disappear. The farmer would sell the animals and make money off of them, and then they would hire a new farmhand who would eventually disappear. Anyway, the dude had been... He is now known as a serial you-know-what, and not the kind of cereal you munch on in the morning. Am I right? I'm sorry, I meant Stockholm Syndrome, a condition in which a hostage develops a psychological alliance with their captor during captivity. And this is kind of, people are going to say yes, but she was not a captive. Well, she was if she was taken before she really could legally make up her own mind under the age. Now, Kai got with Onision when she was 17, and I am not saying she has Stockholm, and I am not saying she's going to get out of anything because of it. I'm saying, is there a level of this going on where if Kai wouldn't have met Onision and wouldn't have been pressured by him to do everything that happened, would Kai have even done it? That conversation will happen, and it will happen not saying she has Stockholm, but with a Stockholm Syndrome-esque kind of mentality. That's what I was trying to say. But let's move on. So, as you all know, to end this out, we've talked about Vincent Nicotra, the producer, doing shady stuff, and Hansen apologizing kind of with a quote from him, and how that affects everything. We've also talked about whether Kai will be like not forgiven, but given somewhat of an excuse over all of this if the FBI takes her in over him. Maybe they'll both end up going. In fact, that's what I think will happen, but I do still think Onision might pull that Uno reversal card, right? That is a major play in every story that's gone on in the last while. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and start a series about the Uno reversal card and start doing a series about it here soon as it pertains to these social, meme, internet, YouTube, strange situations, right? But in all, we also, in the end of all of this, the update around the Onision story, where he admits it was fake the whole time and he did it for views. So the last point that I want to go in, it makes you more of a scumbag, bro, to say that you did this all for views, because there's a lot of young people involved in this story. And to know that you would take a story, even though you're the centerpiece of it, doesn't matter. The fact that you would take this story and not, instead of either taking it seriously or not taking it seriously and ignoring it, taking it seriously or ignoring it, you decided to make fun of the whole situation for your own gain, for ad revenue. And this is why a lot of people are mad at YouTube over this. They know he's faking it. I do not think that Onision thought about this when he announced today or yesterday, it was today. I don't think he was thinking about this when he announced that he was going to, that he had faked all of this for views. But it does kind of now make people get mad at YouTube. YouTube's been petitioned for monetization to be removed from Greg because he was faking all of this and trivializing a serious situation. And look at where it's all led. Exactly to that. So now I predict that people, as time goes on, and after they start seeing how Greg admitted to this as all being fake and used for money and views, I think that they'll put more pressure on YouTube. And will YouTube kick Greg or at least demonetize him? I do think they'll demonetize him before they kick him, but that's just an opinion. And I'd love, though, to know what you all think, because this is one of those stories where there's so many different thought processes on everything that comes up. It really does help me if you want to leave your opinion down there. In this out, I wrote some notes. I don't know if I'll go through it, though. If this story was just about some internet drama, then maybe Onision wouldn't even be more of a douchebag for view whoring over the topic. But because the story discusses many young people being taken advantage of, in the worst way, mind you, the fact that Onision would trivialize that subject for views just shows how much of an omega ding-dong Onision really is. Anyway, upvote, downvote, whatever you want. Leave a comment. Don't. You could subscribe, but you don't have to. Either way, thank you for watching. I'm UNIRock. UNIRock out. See you in the next one.